I always look away at that scene because I've never seen it yet, so that looked creepy. You know my dad, Shane. What's funny and stupid to react to? These videos. What is up, Master Reactors? Welcome back to a new video. Today, we're gonna react to... Wait, what are we gonna react to again? Actually, I have multiple options for videos we can react to. I'm trying to decide which one do I want to react to. Today, we're gonna be reacting to the video by Dead Meat, the channel Dead Meat. The video we'll be reacting to is Child's Play 2019 Remake Kill Count. Now, this is a new thing I want to try to do. I honestly love Dead Meat channel. This was actually my first ever video I watched from them. However, it's been months and probably almost a year, not almost a year, but a lot of months since I watched this video. So, you know, it's been a while since I've seen this video. I might have forgotten some stuff maybe, but it's actually my first video I ever watched from Dead Meat, and ever since that day, I fell in love with his channel and his kill counts. So we're gonna react to Child's Play 2019 Remake, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Child's Play is actually, I think it's my favorite one, even more than Child's Play 2. Maybe because it's the first ever Child's Play movie I saw, like the first ever horror movie I saw too, that was R-rated and actually a horror movie. So yeah, I have a soft spot for Child's Play because it's 2019, because it's always gonna be my favorite now, I think. Anyways, like the video if you want some more Dead Meat, maybe 10 likes for the next video. And we're actually going to split this up into 2 parts, because this is 28 minutes long. So we don't have that much time to record and react. So this is going to be a 2-parter video. So the next video we're going to react to part 2 of this. And after this, I got a lot of more videos to record. Like I got to record the spoiler review for Turning Red. I got to record the review for the Batman, because I said I would do that. I got to record some ideas, like I said on my shorts before. I got a lot of stuff to record, so let's get this done, and let's get to the video, because I got a lot of stuff to do right now for YouTube, and yeah, plus my cousin's interrupting. Let's just get into it. Warning, there will be language, though. Alright, and that's a good look.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and it's time I look at the Child's Play remake released in 2019. Now, here's the thing. I have complicated feelings towards this movie and how it was made, and it wouldn't be sincere of me if I didn't address them in this video. So just buddy bear with me for a few minutes, alright? We'll be counting the kills soon enough. When I started Dead Meat back in 2017, every major franchise that I was planning to cover had some kind of remake or reboot. Jason, Michael, Freddy, Leatherface, the little shit Leprechaun, all of them had their timelines discontinued and restarted. Hell, even Ghostface kinda had a splintering with that MTV series. But not Chucky. Over the course of nearly 3 decades, Chucky's story continued uninterrupted through various highs and lows in quality and constant experimentation with tone and style. Guiding this continuity was Don Mancini and producer David Kirshner. Mancini wrote or co-wrote every single installment of the franchise, and eventually took over directing duties for himself. Sure, his first directorial effort, Seed of Chucky, is widely regarded as the worst of the series, but Mancini never faltered in his devotion to the franchise, and he brought it back very strongly, in my opinion, with the more mature and gothic, and sadly straight-to-video, Curse and Cult of Chucky. I know that some people think Mancini ruined the series with stuff like Seed, but there wouldn't be a Chucky series without it. Yes, the original screenplay was polished and rewritten by John Lafayette and the film's director, Tom Holland. No, not that Tom Holland. And Holland, who had a sort of falling out with Mancini and Kirshner, gave this remake the thumbs up while it was being made. But Holland's involvement, and the involvement of distributor MGM, ended after the first movie. It was Mancini and Kirshner who kept the killer doll going, and I would argue that without all the sequels, Chucky wouldn't be the cultural icon he is today. You don't wind up in Ready Player One just because of a single
Seriously? It was in
successful
Ready Player
film,
One?
unless,
Nice.
Shining.
For you,
Although
Chucky.
Universal helped make most of the Chucky
My favorite
sequels,
character.
MGM retained the
Yeah,
rights to the
anyway.
original film, which is why they were legally allowed to create this remake. But to me, they're just cashing in on the iconic image of Chucky that was cultivated by Mancini all these years. Feels kind of like a cash grab. And note that this criticism is directed towards the studio MGM, not the cast and crew, who obviously cared about the movie they were making and who did a solid job. But whereas MGM has been hands-off since 1988, the Chucky series has always been Don Mancini's baby. Besides his work on Hannibal and Channel Zero, his entire creative career has been centered on the killer doll, and his passion and loyalty to the series is reflected in how many people behind and in front of the camera have stuck with him the whole way through. Brad Dourif and Jennifer Tilly are friggin' Oscar-nominated actors, but they love Mancini and the Chucky series so much, they've never left its side. And it's worth noting, have both been vocally against the remake being made. And I know, a remake doesn't erase the originals, and they'll always be there to watch. But Cult of Chucky ended
they're
on a
basically in a
cliffhanger,
multiverse,
and Mancini
okay, yeah.
and everyone else
When there's
involved
remake-
wants to continue that story, the same story that's been going for 30.
Here's an idea. What if... So, of course, the originals will still always be real. You know, it will never be erased, hopefully. So, what about maybe just everyone is in a multiverse? Like, whenever a remake is gonna happen, that basically means it's just in a different in a different universe. So technically, that means the multiverse exists for all the stuff that has like remakes and stuff like that. So we have the original one that's in the universe, the original universe, and then we have the remake that's in a different universe. There's an idea. Mind blown. Probably obvious though for some of you.
30 years now, in a Child's Play TV series they're developing for
I
Sci-Fi.
saw the Chucky
And I
series.
do think the
Absolutely love it.
existence
Can't
of a
wait for
different
season 2.
parallel Chucky might confuse or deter people from watching Mancini's show. It just bothers me that even though Mancini didn't want this movie to be made, the studio went ahead and did it anyway just because they legally owned the rights. It's not like Chucky was a dormant series like all the other horror franchises that got rebooted, and the latest movies weren't like the later Hellraiser or Children of the Corn sequels, where something lazy was churned out just to retain the rights. Even if you don't like what Cult did, you can't deny that Mancini was definitely trying to do something with it. It's important to point out that this remake's director, Lars Klevberg, and seemingly everyone else involved with the film have never said anything negative towards Mancini. In fact, Mancini was even offered an executive producer credit on this movie, but since it wouldn't include any creative input, and since he was still working on his own Chucky series, he turned it down.
It was hard not to feel like I was being patronized.
Oh, that's
They weren't
cool.
asking for your creative
Correct.
involvement.
Yeah,
they were
they
asking
just
for
they
you
just
to
wanted
bless it
our
and walk away.
imprimatur of approval, which I strenuously deny them.
I really wish MGM had just made a different movie. This remake has enough changes from the original that it could function as its own separate thing.
We really wanted to have something new to bring to it, something relevant to today's audiences.
They definitely did that with their movie addressing a fear of technology and surveillance gone wrong. That's great, but why did it have to be a Child's Play movie? Literally the only reason is money. Without that title and the look of the Chucky doll that Mancini
that
helped
Chucky
Kevin
doll is
Yeager
creepy.
design, the film wouldn't have made nearly as much money. God forbid. Throughout the original Chucky
Why is
series,
it-
Don Mancini tried new things. Sometimes they were good, sometimes they were awful, but sometimes they were great. I fucking love how much he experimented, even when I didn't like the outcome. And I can't stand it when I hear people say that they're glad a new Chucky is being made despite his opposition because they didn't like what he did with the series. Chucky is his creation. Just because we're fans doesn't mean we're entitled to have Chucky movies made the way we want them to be made. We didn't create that little bastard killer doll. Don Mancini did. And for 30 years, he's been loyal to the character and all the cast and crew who have helped him along the way. I know MGM is within their legal rights to make this remake, but its creation reflects a different value system than I'd prefer to see in the world. One that doesn't respect an artist who's always stayed devoted to, experimental with, and passionate towards their life's
try to
work.
stay PG
I just
on
wish
my
we
channel.
cared about that a little more. That's about all I have to say about this. Sorry it took so long, but again, I wouldn't feel right not addressing it. And with that out of the way, I promise to cover this remake on its own merits and treat it like any other movie on the kill count. If you really want to know, I'd personally rank it below Cult and Curse, but above Bride, Seed, and 3. And it's okay if you disagree with that. People have different opinions, alright? With that, I'm done talking about the original series. The Child's Play remake reimagines Chucky as a home AI system. Basically an Alexa in physical form. He's no longer a good guy doll, but instead a buddy doll. And although he still wants to be friends to the end, he's also down to help you with work, both home and yard. Andy Barkley has been aged up, now more in line with the adolescence of Stranger Things and It, while Karen Barkley has been ever so slightly aged down, and is now played by Aubrey Plaza, which, when I realized her age actually made sense for this role, well boy did I feel old. Rounding out the human cast is Brian Tyree Henry as Detective Mike Norris, and all three of these actors do a great job being funny and relatable. Their performances are definitely a highlight. In fact, I think their acting and Bear McCreary's awesome score actually masks some of the weaker points of the movie, which can sometimes feel like it has more style than substance. I think it's too hip by half, with a few too many sitcom-like scenes and side characters, and as I examined it more closely with repeat viewings, I noticed a lot of character and story decisions that simply don't make a lot of sense. Kind of feels like the screenplay was forcing certain things to happen just to hit some predetermined story beats. But I can understand people enjoying this movie. Not only is it well-paced and stays entertaining the whole way through, it's got Mark frickin' Hamill as the new voice of Chucky.
Yeah, that's
There aren't too many people who could rival Brad Dourif's voice work for the character, but I've gotta say that Hamill's performance feels pretty pitch perfect. Although, sorry, note from editor Zoran here, he insists that I mention that Hamill's voice for Chucky is the same as a, Brigsby Bear, whatever the fuck that is.
2017.
Brigsby, Chucky, Luke, I don't give a damn about his name. I care about his kills. So let's get to it.
Oh great, I missed
The movie begins with an all-seeing corporate logo and a picture-perfect businessman. This is Henry Caslin, Caslin Corps chairman, and he's damn glad to meet you. He's here to introduce their all-new home AI system, the Buddy Doll.
Hey, buddy. Let's watch some TV.
I'm not your buddy, guy. This nightmare-looking smart doll can wave his weird little ET finger around and be the master of your domain, even raising your goddamn kids for you.
Get your science book.
And he can start as soon as you pop that baby out. Cause like a Twilight werewolf, this mofo imprints on people, a process that comes with a free song.
You are my buddy.
Of course, this mass-manufactured BFF is made overseas, where sometimes Caslin employees get abused, humiliated, and fired. Before this particular X-Factory worker leaves, though, he's gonna take some sweaty vengeance and disable all the safety protocols on a Buddy Doll computer chip, cause those would definitely have an easy-to-change on-off setting. After packing up the dangerous Buddy Doll, the worker kills himself with a jump from the top of the factory onto a car. Oh shit, that's the same way Aunt Maggie died in the first.
Pause. I'm gonna be honest. Lots of time, whenever I see that scene again, I always think, because the box that Chucky was in, it was a little bent, a little damaged, is it? Whatever. It was a little bent, which makes me think that Chucky actually pushed him off. He didn't actually kill himself, he just pushed him off, because how did that box ever get bent? How did that box ever do that? You guys ever wonder about that? Just how the box got bent in the first place? It wasn't like that before, so how did it get bent before? Could someone answer that for me? Because I really need an answer for that, because that's what makes me think he didn't kill himself.
Movie. Sorry, I'm not supposed to be mentioning those. Some awesome damn music plays, courtesy of composer Bear McCreary. And that leads us into our title card. Oh, that's an evil-looking red. Karen Barkley has just moved into a new Chicago apartment building, which has a Jack Black-looking maintenance man, with her snarky 13-year-old son, Andy.
Whoa, you look like shit. What happened to you?
Andy.
Thanks.
What's your language?
I
They've
remember
actually
his
got a
voice
cute
in
relationship,
Playmobil the
and you can
movie.
tell they really love each other,
And his
even though
character.
Karen would prefer Andy get off his phone every once in a while. She'd rather he go make friends with stranger kids standing out in the rain. What the heck, Mom? That's so weird. Andy's not having a good time with this move, or with the fact that his mom's been getting her grind on with a douchebag named Shane. Ugh, Shane. I bet he thinks he's the best in the
What are you
world.
doing, Earl?
To avoid Shane, Andy posts up in the hallway on his phone, which is where he meets Detective Mike Norris while he's visiting his mom Doreen, who lives down the hall from the Barclays. Norris is a real cool dude and quickly develops a playful rapport with the lonesome young Andy.
So what are you, some kind of fourth floor hallway hobo or something like that?
It's good that Andy has a friend now, since Karen's always working at Zedmart, where zombies are sold. At the ZM, she's constantly dealing with buddy doll
Bro, get away from
bullshit,
this
like this woman returning one whose eyes keep turning red. Evil eyes, eh? Guess no one would really miss it if Karen took it home for herself, huh? Yoink! She gives it to
Yoink.
Andy as an early birthday gift, but his reaction isn't exactly to her liking.
Is that a sigh?
Yeah, it turns out he's no longer a buddy bro.
Just, this thing is for like little kids now. It came out like a year ago.
Hey,
But she
But
convinces
it helps
him
you
to
with your
give it a
homework,
shot
doesn't
with the
it?
caveat that it was refurbished, aka defective and or evil. Andy plugs in the buddy doll, who gets straight to making introductions.
What's your name?
Andy, so
So,
Hi, Andy Sub.
And what's the doll's name, Andy?
that's funny.
Did you say Chucky?
No, you
What?
did not.
no, not even
Good
close.
day,
Get it?
big
Han Solo?
quiet.
Star Wars? Mark Hamill? The doll
But
is all
Mark Hamill
sorts of
doesn't play
busted
him.
ass, but Andy
Star Wars.
promises his mom that he likes it and takes Chucky into his room. I think the doll looks pretty good here. And in fact, I didn't even realize that this was CG when I watched it. Twitter user The Scream King had to send me this video of how Andy's actor Gabriel Bateman is just acting with an arm here. Good looking stuff. And they did, of course, use animatronics as well. Jason Ward made the doll to production's design specifications, covering the animatronic innards with a plastic exoskeleton and foam latex skin. There were at least 9 different Chucky dolls used for various purposes, like having one just for stunts, and it took 3 or 4
Stunt Chucky.
puppeteers to operate it,
Ugly
each controlling
Chucky.
different things like
Just kidding,
body
that's every
movement or
Chucky.
facial expression. Even though it's only night 1,
Roasted.
Chucky and Andy warm up to each other enough for Chucky to do his weird little imprint song.
You are my buddy until the end. More than a buddy, you're my best friend.
Yo, did I just make friends with the Joker? Hell
you
yeah,
did.
you did, dude. You're sandwich pals and everything. But uh-oh, that creepy looking fucker might be learning the wrong lessons
Okay,
there.
you're
And you
stop
know what?
cursing,
He's
bro.
dropping the ball with the whole school prep
You
thing
see it.
too.
This is not a book. None of these are books.
This fun and games segment is a lot of fun to watch. Again, thanks in large part to Bear McCreary's music. My favorite special feature on the Blu-ray, in fact, was a video of him performing the theme on all these fun toy-like instruments.
Ooh, that's cool. No, sorry.
I didn't
That's
know
actually
what
cool.
automatones were before seeing this, but now I'm pretty much obsessed with them. And also, just gotta say, Mr. McCreary was a super nice guy when I talked to him at the Happy Death Day to You premiere. Fingers crossed for an interview one day. The Good Times montage leaves Chucky so imprinted on Andy that when he sees his best
Fingers
friend get
crossed.
scratched by their cat Mickey Rooney, he quickly turns violent against the poor little kitty. Andy scolds Chucky and tells him he's not allowed to
I
hurt
always
things
look
or
away at
people,
that scene.
even if they're major
I've never
douche
seen it yet,
nozzles
so
like
that looked
Shane.
creepy.
Clean up this room.
You're not my dad, Shane.
You're
Andy's
my
sitting
dad,
in the
Shane.
hallway, dressed like Elliot to honor Chucky's ET finger, and training the doll to epically prank Shane when he meets 2 new characters who are coming in hot.
It doesn't really follow the rules.
it doesn't follow the rules. Like it has a choice.
Kinda.
Sorry, can I pop in here? So he just does whatever?
What? Did these actors stumble out of an SNL audition? What the hell's going
always
on
think
here?
when I
This
listen
is
to
Fallon
SNL, I
and
think of
Pug, new
SNL.
friends for Andy, who are unfortunately going to be around this whole damn movie. But hey,
Really?
Beatrice
You don't like
Kitsos, who plays Fallon, was in season 2 of the criminally underwatched Exorcist series on Fox, so that's kind of
okay.
cool. I'm happy that Andy has friends that are part of his age cohort now, but gotta admit, these characters are not my favorite.
Your sister's pretty hot.
Dude, that's my mom.
Even hotter.
Like, this Pug motherfucker is sitting there with binoculars as they use Chucky to steal snacks from the vending
Yeah, that's
machine.
kind of
How are we about to have a
stupid.
character less realistic than the talking doll? I'd rather this movie's humor come from kids trying to make Chucky say funny things.
Now say this is for Tupac.
Alright, we're gonna stop the video right now because we are at 15 minutes and 20 seconds. The next video, we'll react to the rest of it. And thank you, Al, for joining us for the video. Did you have a good time watching the first 15 minutes? No? Why not? Oh, okay, I get it. Alright, we can leave now. Well, bye. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in part 2 of the Child's Play remake, which will come out actually later today, so, excuse me. Look forward to that. Excuse me again. Okay, yeah, okay, I'm ending. Peace out, see you in part 2. Thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, click on one of the videos on the screen. Bye.